back to my channel, or if you're new, hit the subscribe button to join the family. As you guys can see by today's title, we'll be doing I don't know, you see by the title. So today with me, I have a special guest from the last time. You're not going to introduce yourself?
Salute, mon amis. It's mommy.
Alright, so yeah, we're just going to jump right into today's video.
Okay, so last video, we said we will be doing a video on parenting and my parenting style and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any points, so I'm just freestyling this. It's just off the dome.
Yeah.
But I hope you get some good information from this. So a while back, sometime maybe a couple months ago, I threw out the term to Sydney about a helicopter parent. She was like, what is that? So basically, y'all can look it up. A helicopter parent.
I'll put it on the screen for y'all.
It's basically a parent that's, it says, extremely involved in their kids' problems and experiences. I could be low-key helicopter. But
I ain't gonna say too much.
It's all in love. And the reason why I'm somewhat of a helicopter parent is because I try to give Sydney as much information as I can. So it's not that I'm really involved. I do care and I am concerned, but I want to give her as much information as I can based off my experiences in my life. I do know she's going to have her own experiences. She's going to have to experience a lot of the things I have, but I'm like, some of these things you can kind of avoid and soften the blow if you get this G-Talk I'm giving you. I'm giving you game firsthand for free. People normally pay for this game.
I don't hear that.
You ain't in the game, but I'm giving you game.
I don't want to hear that.
So,
sometimes,
to give you all the basis. Now, as Sydney was growing up, she was really close to her great aunt. She was with her all the time. I ain't got a problem with that. Bye. So they would be together all of the time. And so as she became a teenager, sis started flipping. Sis changed on me. Okay. So I was still kind of traditional because I was raised basically traditional. So I still had my traditional approach. It was a little different than when I was with my older child because he is a young man. She's a girl. So of course we tend to parent them differently, girls versus boys. So I was kind of very traditional with her. Round about 13. Yeah, 12, 13. So we just got the bond that we have really is developed tremendously over the last 6 years. But when she was about 13, I noticed that she was hiding. I would find out stuff and I'm like, why are you hiding this from me? And she made the comment to someone that she really couldn't talk to me because in essence, she was saying I was kind of dismissive and overbearing. I wouldn't listen to her. I would overtalk her and all things. And I was like, that's not who I want to be. That's definitely not the relationship I want to have because I recognize a lot of errors I made as a young parent with her older sibling, and I said I didn't want to repeat those things. So when I heard that, it really struck a nerve with me. And so I said, I want to do different. I want to be better. So I developed my own approach. So I would recommend...
We'll call it tease. What are we going to call it? Tease. We'll get a name for it. We'll get a name.
Right. Tea time. So I said... let me do this different. Let me do this my way. Let me find a way that we can communicate better, that she doesn't feel like she needs to hide things from me because I'm in your corner. I'm woman king. I'm going first. I'm fighting the battle.
We might do a review on that. Check out look later. Vlogtober.
Y'all need to see that. All women
Side note.
And men. Y'all need to see that because men, if you're dealing with an alpha female like us, you want to see that.
We'll get to that later.
Because you'll appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do that on review.
We'll do that later.
Anyway, back on topic. I was just like, let me find a different approach. So I began talking to her differently and I began listening differently because I would listen and kind of hear her out. But at the same time, what I said, I'm mama because I said so. And y'all old school, y'all know we've heard that, oh, you doing it because I said so. But I found that that's not always the best approach because your kids, they have personalities, they have feelings, they have thoughts, they have all the things that you had at that age. So I said, take a step back, put yourself at her age, and what would you want from your parent? What would you want to hear from them? Your kids do have a voice. Sorry, parents, they do. I'm not saying they get what they want, because everything don't go, but at the same time, you should really hear what your children have to say, because in talking to these young people, they really have a lot to say, and a lot of it makes sense. But as parents, we don't want to get called out because we stuck on because I say it so, because I pay these bills. But sorry, that's not always good enough. Just as you want your kids to explain themselves to you and why you did this, why you went there, and I told you, you have to be transparent with your children. And I found I have shared pretty much, I waited in stages as she got older, but I've pretty much shared with her my story. So when everything is said and done, and he called my name, I don't want it to be said that I try to give her as much as I can. So I don't want it to be said, well, I really didn't know Mom. I really didn't know much about her. I didn't know her story. I didn't know why she feels this way, why she did this and why she did that. So parents, I just encourage you to really talk to your children and share with them who you are, because them knowing you and your background may help them in understanding themselves. Now, is that something you agree or disagree with? Like with things that I've shared with you, do you think that has enhanced or done anything to our relationship at all?
I can see your point of view on certain things, and I can see why you would feel a certain way based off your experience. So yeah, I would say that it helps to share how you feel and what you've been through to your child, just to help them. Like, I feel like like you said, you should also let the child talk when they feel like they want to express themselves. Because if you feel like you can't express yourself, it's all going to be bottled inside. And then when you finally do have an outburst, everyone's looking like, well, where did this come from? But it's like, you've been holding it in for so long because you have no one to talk to. Because if you do talk, you have the fear of being judged or the fear of being chastised when you're just telling your story or how you feel about a certain situation. So I feel like parents should understand that sometimes it might come across rude because you feel strongly about something, but most of the time it's the child just expressing how they feel. Like they might feel so much anger or so much whatever, and they feel like, you know, that's how they bring it out, the output to you. Yeah. So I feel like don't be down on your children too much, because then they're just gonna stop talking to you. Then if they don't really have friends or they don't feel comfortable talking to their friends about it, who can they talk to? Right. Nobody. Exactly. And now they're all alone, feeling isolated, might be depressed. No one wants that. So allow open communication with you and your child. Yeah. And let them talk how they feel about school, about their relationships, friendships, maybe about you. If they feel like you might be doing something they don't like, or they feel like it's kind of hurting them, let them say that freely without being upset and be like, well, I'm doing this because da-da-da. Say, well, I understand how you feel, and I'm sorry you feel that way, and explain yourself like that. But don't make excuses, just explain yourself. But that also goes for the child, but we're going to go for the parents right now.
But, yeah, and just like she was saying, like, nobody wants to feel dismissed. We don't want to feel that. Children don't want to feel that. And you don't want to feel rejected. They don't want to feel rejected. You don't want to feel judged for what you do. And so, like I say, I had to change my traditional approach and understand her for where she is, who she is. And
the time we're in, stuff changed. Like she said, like the old-fashioned way, like that was how it was then. Now it's different now. Circumstances have changed. People have changed. You know, there's different stuff that's available to young people, so they're exposed to more, and you want to be prepared for that. Yes. And, you know, have the communication with them, talk about it.
Right. And if they can't talk to you, they're going to find another listening ear. So do you really want your child going to an older child, you know, a teenager or whatever, to get information from? No, you would rather it come from you, because you know you're going to tell them what's best. And I suggest be as candid as possible. Be open, because what I have a problem with is guys get all of this attention, and they can, you want to tell the guys everything. They learn about girls, they learn about their bodies, their feelings and desires. But as a girl, it's like, oh no, we can't have that conversation with you. Why not? They have the same feelings as guys do. Is different, but it's still hormones, and they have questions, and they're hearing things. So I say, bring that to me, and I can give you the information that I have. They may accept or reject it, but you have given it to them. She does not accept all of my advice, okay? She does not accept all of my suggestions. I give her what I have, and she takes that, and I guess...
And I act on it how I feel like accordingly.
Accordingly. Because a lot of things, I'm like, now why she did that? Now I told her that I'm giving you this game.
I have a reason for everything.
Firsthand. Do what I'm telling you to do. But I do have to take a step back, and I don't know if I asked the question, but do you think I'm a helicopter parent? Because you often
very much
say,
involved.
You often say, you too involved.
You're too involved. I do say that. I'll stand on that. Yes, I do say that. She's very involved with whatever I have going on, whether it be anything, basically my whole life, which I have no problem with. But I feel like some things you don't tell everybody everything. That's just how you are. You don't tell anybody everything. And if you do, but me and she, no, it's not happening. So some things are kept hidden, but I don't take it too much to heart, because I know she's just being supportive, and that's how she is. But we have had talks, and she's of course gotten better, but she's had talks with me about stuff she don't like that I do, and I'm trying to get better. So it's like a vice versa. Like, you just openly express your feelings, and that'll gradually generate a better relationship.
Yeah, we bump heads a lot. We really do, especially as it relates to that, because I'm transparent. I'm super transparent. So she can ask me anything, and I'm pretty much going to tell her. Pretty much. She, on the other hand, no, I'm not going to tell. And I'm like, but it's me, though. Tell me, and we can navigate through this together.
Comment that down below. Do you tell your best friend every single detail about everything? Or do you keep some things hidden because it's your business and you don't think that should be shared? Or do you might keep it secret now and share it later? Comment that down below. Comment that down below.
I'm best friend?
I'm saying a best friend, someone you're close with.
Which that brings up another topic. Can you be friends with your children? Like, can I be her friend and her mom? And I say that depends on your relationship, because at the end of the day, I can be understanding, and we're close, so of course I would consider her a friend, but mama gonna always step in. And one thing she always say is, nobody wants to hear a lecture. That's mama stepping in. I'm gonna always be mama. I hear you, I understand, I support you, but here come mama. On the scene, here come mama. Turning everything into a lecture. I mean, we could be riding down the road, we just talking, then it's like, well, let me tell you, you understand why this is like that? And it was she just like, oh my gosh, parents, but I guarantee you, she gonna think on it later. She'll never admit it, because she a hater, but she be thinking on it later, because she has come back to me and said, remember when you said, and she has experienced things that I told her. And so I'm like, but you have rejected what I said, but that was just a hater in you.
I'm not a hater.
Very much a hater. Very much is. But no, she just hates to admit when I be right. And it's not like I just want to be right, but I just mostly am right.
No.
I mean, because I done lived a little, honey. Keep living. Okay? That's my thing. Those of us who are traditional, we got old grandmas and whatever, that's something that they will always say, keep living. You don't think it's going to come across your path? You don't think you're going to have this and all that? Keep living. So my thing is, I'm just trying to do the best I can to prepare her for the world that's waiting to devour her. And I'm talking about from every turn. And older people, this, children her age, whoever, you have experienced some type of challenge in your life. So stuff is going to come at you constantly, but you got to be ready for battle. You're not going to be ready for battle if you're not equipped. How you equip is to get knowledge. So what I'm trying to impart on her or to her is knowledge. It's power. It really is. So if you done heard this before. You've been exposed to it. So you be like, oh, okay, I see you. I see you. I see you, trouble. I see you, Satan. Not today. So that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to run your life. I really don't. Because when I was your age, or all my life, nobody has been able to run mine. Because I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's period. That's just who I am and always been. Her older sibling, the same way. Whoo, child. Oh, that's a whole nother 18 segments in itself. Her older sibling. But he going to do what he want to do, period. I don't care what I say. He gonna do what he want to do. And so she's pretty much saying, I appreciate their individuality. I appreciate them thinking for themselves. But what I'm just trying to give you is little nuggets. So anytime I have an opportunity, I'm dropping a nugget here, or a nugget there. But to sum it up, I just say, parents, listen to your children. Be available for them, because she don't always want to hear what I have to say. She doesn't always want to talk to me, but there's plenty of times when she a creep in there. She may not say it, but I know what's on your mind. What's on your mind? She want to talk to mama now. You want to get some of this mama juice. What's up? So you have to kind of ease into it. But the only reason she's able to do that is because I've let her know I'm available. I'm available. If I don't give her my time and energy, who am I going to give it to? When you are given children, they are a gift. So what do you do with a gift? You take care of it. You cherish it. God gave me the gift of children, and I'm able to be a mother, and a lot of people can't who want to be. So you have to be responsible with the gift that you're given. And I heard a message a week or so ago about, in order to have dependence, you need to be dependent. Basically saying, she's my dependent, but I need to be available. I had her, I need to be available. So that means, to me, sometimes I have to take a back seat because I have a dependent who's dependent on me. So if your dependent can't depend on you, then what we doing? Who they gonna depend on? If I'm not gonna do it, who gonna do it? If I'm not going to listen, who going to listen? If I don't make time, who going to make time? The wrong people, the wrong things. So I want to set that to let her know I'm available. And another reason I do is let her know what love feels like. Love cannot be explained, okay? She knows I'm there without a question. So parents, take a look at self. Check yourself. I had to do that. I had to say, girl, you getting this wrong. This girl out here, she ain't studying you. She ain't talking to you. She ain't sharing with you. You wrong. So let me get in line. Let me get this right. Let me take a back seat and put her at the forefront. Like I said, I made plenty of mistakes before with child number 1. Let me try to do some things different with child number 2. Let me try to correct some of that. So I make myself available. I make time, even when I'm tired. Even when I don't want to, I make time. I set aside time specifically for her. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's do that. Because again, if not you, who? That's basically all I got to say about that. If you have questions, like she said, please post them down below. I am very much available. I will answer any questions that you have. We have tag team before when people have come in our lives that for advice or they need help. I mean, and this is children that are her age or teenagers saying, well, how y'all got y'all relationship like this? How y'all so good? We tag team. Let me tell you, this is a work in progress. I told y'all this is 6 years right here. You would think that it's been since day one. It wasn't. We had to work on that thing. But we were both determined. It started with me, the parent. Check yourself. It started with me. I said, I have to do better. I can't expect better from her until I do better. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right.
Unless y'all want me to talk some more, but the ticker going. And y'all probably done tuned out by now. So I'm done. But again, if you have any questions, please comment below. We can make a follow-up video. We can talk about if there's a subject you want us to talk about. If it's something If y'all want to talk about a situation that we've encountered where we might have bumped heads, or how did we work through this, and how was I so transparent, and how did she respond to that? Whatever you want to, look, I'm transparent, so ask away. Comment.
Alrighty then. Well, that's it for today's video.
Cut me off. I know you laugh.
That's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, then like, comment, and subscribe for more lit videos. And I'll see you guys in my next Vlogtober post. Bye.
And don't edit out all my stuff like you did before.
And it's gonna get edited out. Bye.